Hey guys, how have you been? Uh, I thought I'll come up with a video about showcasing India and Indians to all of you. Uh, I genuinely believe we are a very interesting community. Uh, Ours is a very rich cultural heritage. Uh, the way the world is getting smaller and smaller, a lot of people are interacting with Indians on a more regular basis, be it business, be it leisure. And here is my attempt to make you familiar about India and Indians in general. And I thought, why not do this with a very interesting take on one of our uh, epic scriptures of Mahabharata. Uh, so, Mahabharata is essentially a story of two families which are a part of one big family, and so many events happen, and there is mentioning of the gods and different demigods involved in this epic scripture. Uh, However, I'm going to break it up into small episodes of Mahabharata and narrate to you all about what really uh, happens in this story. Derive some small anecdotal learnings along the way, and you will see evidences of uh, such stories behind the value system that still exists in our country, and the countrymen, countrywomen, everyone around. Uh, this is my take, and this is one small story and episode that really happened in Mahabharata. So, as it would happen, it's a story of a kingdom, and two brothers who are supposed to claim their heir on the throne. Uh, Due to various circumstances, the younger brother becomes the king. The younger brother, whose name is Pandu, becomes the king and faces an untimely death. His elder brother Dhritarashtra is unfortunately blind and is made as a makeshift king to run the kingdom. Now Dhritarashtra has about 100 sons, also has one or two daughters, I'm not really sure. The daughters are not really spoken about a lot in this particular epic. Coming back to the main point, Dhritarashtra has 100 sons, uh, whereas Pandu has 5. Now, these young princes, they are sent to a school at that in that period, which is called as Gurukul, and their teacher is supposed to be the most renowned, the most learned, the most qualified Brahmin, uh, which is Dron Acharya. Acharya is supposed to be someone who is a scholar about various subjects, right from uh, using weapons, mastery over weapons, to yogic knowledge, yoga, vidya, uh, political science, uh, and many other things. So Drona is considered to be by far the most superior guru of his times, and he has been entrusted the task of educating the 105 princes, of which 100 belong to Dhritarashtra's clan, and 5 belong to Pandu's clan. Uh, the Gurukul, which is the school or the campus, uh, is situated far away from the kingdom, somewhere in the middle of the forest. And the teachings of that era were very different as compared to the modern school teaching what we see these days. Okay. Uh, so one fine day, Drona's son, who is Ashwathama, and Drona loves his son more than anyone else. Drona's son comes to him uh, seeking a clarification. Says, Father, although I am your son, however, I notice that you love Prince Arjuna, more than me. It clearly comes across in your behavior. Arjun is supposed to be the third brother or the third child in Pandu's clan. First is Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, Sahdev. In Dhritarashtra's clan, it is Duryodhan, Dushasan, followed by other 98. Ashwathama is, as I have said, Drona's son, and he is also participating in the learnings along with the princess from Drona himself. So coming back, Drona's beloved son is disgruntled and is very miffed with his dear father that how come he loves Prince Arjun more than his own son. To which Drona in a very calm manner smiles and says, I may be your father, but here I am playing the role of a teacher. And the reason why I prefer Arjun so much is the respect that he gives me as a teacher, and the performance that he is bringing out during the coaching, during the classes, during the teachings, and it is purely due to his own dedication. I am teaching everyone the same. However, what Arjun is able to draw from me is far more optimum and far more fulfilling and satisfying for me as a teacher as compared to anyone else, including you. And to which Ashwathama is not really satisfied. And he says, I'm not really sure about what you're saying. Could you prove it? Drona said, for sure, it will be proven very organically. However, I won't prove it to you for the sake of it. But definitely, one of these days, we will make sure that this particular statement is proven live, not just to you, but to everyone else. So as Drona would plan it, he called out for an exercise for all the princes, and as a part of the exercise, he kept a dummy bird on top of a tree branch which was full of leaves, green leaves, and this green dummy bird was kept very well strategically placed among the leaves of the tree. And he said that I've kept a bird. He points out to the bird, to all the princes, and today's activity is that all of you have to aim or take a shot from the bow and arrow and aim the bird and go for the bird's eye. All right. So, Fine. So he calls in the eldest Kaurava first, that is Duryodhana, and asks Duryodhana to take an aim at the bird's eye. But before he is ready to shoot the arrow, Drona asks Duryodhana, what do you see, Duryodhana? Duryodhana says, I am able to see the tree, the leaves, the sky, and the bird. And Drona says, that'll be fine, no need to take the shot. Yudhishthir, why don't you try? And Yudhishthir comes in, and as he stretches the bow to shoot the arrow, Drona stops him and asks him the same question. What do you notice? What are you seeing at the moment? And Yudhishthir, like an obedient child that he is, says, I'm able to see your feet in terms of a blessing, and also the trees and the leaves and the bird and its eye. And Dronacharya was not at all amused, and he said, you know what, let it be, don't take the shot. He calls his own son, Ashwathama, to go and take his shot at the bird's eye. And like everyone else, he asks Ashwathama as well, that what is he seeing? Ashwathama says he sees in background a blue sky, lots of leaves, the bird and its eye. Dronacharya stops him as well. Now he calls upon Arjun. He instructs Arjun the same what he has been instructing others, that go and shoot the bird's eye. So as Arjuna stretches the arrow and the bow to shoot the arrow, Drona again stops him and asks the same question, what are you able to see, Arjun? And Arjun very nonchalantly replies that I'm able to see only the bird's eye. To which Dronacharya says, take the shot. Arjun shoots, the arrow pierces the bird's eye. Later that day, in his cottage, Ashwathama comes and apologizes to his father, saying, you need not explain me anymore. I understood that just by the virtue of discipline, focus, and being realistic towards his dedication, Arjuna is definitely a superior student at the moment than me, and it is but natural for you to like him more than anyone else. So this was a little story about Kauravas and Pandavas in Mahabharata. What all things can we really take away from it? Number one thing that comes to my mind is that Dronacharya, being the perfect teacher, being an impartial teacher, that more than his own son, more than the son of the king Dhritarashtra or the future heir Yudhishthir, he is inclining towards a more dedicated, a more disciplined, a more focused student, Arjun. Although in other stories of Mahabharata, it does come across that Dronacharya has tendencies of being partial. That's a story of a different day. But here you are, he's a human, he's a father, he's a sage, he's also answerable to king. But leaving all aside, he considers merit among his students and treats them on merit, right? So that is highlighted, which is a fabulous quality and virtue to possess. Another factor that is highlighted is that all the princes were in some way following the instruction, but along with the instruction, they assumed a lot of other things. They had just had to focus on the bird's eye, but they were looking at the bird's eye. They were, but they were also focusing on everything that was around it, which clearly meant that their shot wouldn't have pierced the bird's eye, because and that is the reason why Drona did not allow them to take the shot, because their focus was not just the bird's eye and also many things around it. Another thing is that during different times they were also trying to impress their guru by words, rather than by performance, right? Another good thing that comes out of this story is the innocent son that Ashwathama is, and his feeling towards his father, who is also a guru. His ability to be vulnerable and comes in front and asks his father and his guru the question that is bothering him, which is also by far and large such an amazing thing to possess. Be vulnerable and ask what is going on in your mind. And he also accepted Drona's demonstration of why is Arjun the superior student. Another factor that comes across in a positive light is that Drona did not get agitated when his own son accused him of being partial, rather took it in a very calm and composed manner, took it in his stride. Maybe he was anticipating such claims that would come across, but he didn't lose it. Rather, waited for the perfect opportunity to present to the fact that why is Arjun his preferred student. Such a small story and 4 to 5 such amazing facts coming out of it. So that's what Mahabharata is all about. That's what Indian culture is all about. And these small value systems you will come across when you interact with Indians the world over. Uh, that's about it, folks. I'll see you some other time, pretty soon. And thank you. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.